Hey, yo, I want to talk about Spider-Man, and frankly how goddamn wild it is that we've been shown these spoiler reveal cards already. See, for me, at least of time of recording, Tarkir Dragonstorm isn't out yet, which is our next set. I feel like that's the product Hasbro WotC should be hyping up and getting us excited for. Like, that's where our focus should be, and not on these Spider-Man cards that do what? Pull focus? Distract us from the next set? Do they not want us to pay attention to Tarkir then? Is Dragonstorm not good? Do they want us to forget about it before it's even out? But that can't be right, because Spider-Man isn't the set after Tarkir either. That's Final Fantasy, which from the amount of buzz I've been hearing, I think is going to be another Lord of the Rings level of cash cow for them. So there's no way Hasbro WotC will be done trying to get people hyped for that. Especially at the goddamn insane prices they're planning on selling those products for. So I don't get the logic of showing these Spider-Man cards now, because it's not even the set after Final Fantasy either. That's Edge of Eternity, so what are we doing? Does all this hype upon hype upon hype not eat into itself? It would be one thing if these were supplemental sets, but they're all standard legal. So it's not like you can just ignore them or skip them. Are they really expecting people to pay attention to and remain excited for like 5 sets at a time? There are limits. I just don't get it. And I'm reminded of Bloomburrow and how just as I was properly getting into that set, Duskmourn released. And it felt like all of a sudden Bloomburrow was done and we'd been moved on to the next release. It feels like they're in such a rush to sell us the next thing, they're forgetting to give us time to actually enjoy the thing we already have. And if I'm not enjoying it anymore, I sort of don't want to keep buying any of it, regardless of what spoilers are coming out. So anyway, regardless of whether it makes sense to me, the Spider-Man spoilers are here, so let's have some fun with these cards. I like Spider-Man, and not just the Sam Raimi movies, although they are obviously iconic, but I'm a nerd and I've read a lot of Spider-Man comic books. I was admittedly always more of a fan of the X-Men, but that 90s cartoon? Oh boy, that was very much my jam growing up. So these cards, I've seen them, but I haven't looked at them yet. As in, I haven't read what they do, and if you're wondering how I've managed to avoid finding out what the mechanics and rules text are for these cards, even during the production of this video, the answer to that is with immense difficulty. But I've managed it. So today I thought I'd look at them in the order that Scryfall presented them to me, and try and have an unscripted, slightly more conversational than my normal videos guess at what they do before I fully read them. And if you don't know what they do either, feel free to play along by typing out your guesses in the comments below. Are you ready? Because here we go. Okay, first up is Grasping Tentacles. Okay, this is one of Doc Ock's arms. Is that Spider-Man in the bottom right? Right, okay, this must be a panoramic. Oh, and where's the Universes Beyond triangle thing? That's just the normal magic symbol. Is this like the removal of silver borders all over again? Like there's been enough pushback against Universes Beyond and people aren't buying them, so they're just going to get rid of the symbol and hope that people won't notice. Okay, whatever. Bad start, but let's carry on, I guess. 1 blue and a black. That's not really the colours of most artifacts, which would have been my first guess. Gives a creature reach and trample or something? I guess an enchantment works because I suppose Doc Ock can't really take the arms off or unequip them. Oh, it's a sorcery? Why? It's not magic, or is it... Oh, it's not the tentacles themselves, but the fact that they're grasping? Okay. Then I have no idea. I guess maybe mill? That feels a bit like reaching out and grabbing something. I'm going to say player discards a random card and then mills 3 or something. Let's have a look. Target opponent mills 8 cards, of course. 8 because Octopus, I should have caught that. You may put an artifact card from that player's graveyard. Oh, okay. Because, Dr. Octopus does science or something? Onto the battlefield under your control. Huh. You don't see a lot of Doc Ock using his tentacles to steal other people's discarded tech and then use it against them. But, like, maybe it makes more sense when you see it next to his character card, I guess. We'll see, but, 6 out of 10. We weren't ranking these, but it felt natural to say a rank, and I liked the 8 for Octopus thing, so yeah. Venom Deadly Devourer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that whole Venom eats people thing is really more of a Mac Gargan's Venom thing than an Eddie Brock thing, and looking at that suit, that's very clearly Eddie Brock. But, alright, whatever. 2 black and green, which, yeah, alright, I guess. I'm gonna assume human hybrid... Oh, no, it'll be a symbiote. He's a human symbiote, and Carnage and all of the others will be too. Symbiote villain? Okay. I mean, a bit on the nose, and not even true. Eddie Brock spent more time as a hero than he did a villain, but okay. Did those X-Men and Avengers cards say hero on them? I don't remember. Well, God, for rules, it could be anything. I think he'll have sacrifice a creature and gain a +1/+1 or something like that. And I guess wall crawling or web swinging is some sort of new flying equivalent keyword ability. Maybe he's not a double face card, so melds out, but something symbiote related. Vigilance and menace, right, yeah, I did sort of forget the normal keywords exist. Spend 3, exile target creature from a graveyard. Ooh, is he eating corpses? Why? That was never his thing. He doesn't eat dead bodies, so gross. When you do, put X 1/1 counters on target symbiote. Okay, that doesn't really make much sense for Venom. That he can buff Carnage and Scream or whatever. But I bet that's not just a him thing. I bet that's the symbiote mechanic and all symbiotes can share counters or something like that. Which I guess kind of makes sense. Oh, there's more. Where X, oh, right, yeah, of course, is the exiled card's toughness, and he's a 4/4. Yeah, I don't like it. He doesn't eat dead bodies, that doesn't feel right. 2 out of 10, I guess? And I think the villain creature type is a bit dumb. Why doesn't every villain in the game get it? Are we saying Nicol Bolas isn't a villain because he doesn't have that? No, 1 out of 10. I've talked myself down, I don't like it. Green Goblin Nemesis. Okay, my fear is he's going to be a goblin, and he isn't a goblin, he's just a man dressed like a goblin? Oh, but okay, 2 black and red. 100% should have been green. Those colours work for the Green Goblin's vibe, but he's the Green Goblin, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna cross my fingers and say human villain, I guess. Or human goblin villain. Oh, okay, alright then. You know what? Colour me pleasantly surprised. I was fully prepared to be disappointed there, but yeah, okay. Flying and haste. Tap him to do a bomb, which drops Gwen Stacy off a bridge. Oh, that's gonna be a card, isn't it? Oh, no, okay. Bomb deals 3 damage to target creature? Right, flying, but no haste. Interesting. I feel like he's pretty nippy. He's in red. He's got the glider. Or maybe the glider gives him haste as a separate piece of equipment? Whenever you discard a non-land card? Excuse me? Because he's throwing cards like bombs? Is he Gambit under that mask? Put a +1/+1 counter on target goblin you control? What is happening? He doesn't have goblin minions. He's not Doom with Doom bots. Whenever you discard a land card, create a tapped treasure token? Why? Because Norman Osborn is a businessman who buys real estate and sells it for a profit? What's that got to do with... okay. 7 out of 10 for the fact he's a goblin human villain. I feel like human should have been first, but whatever. But then change that to another 1 out of 10 because what? Who is this man? I don't recognise anything about the Green Goblin there, buying and selling real estate. Are any of these cards in keeping with the characters, or are they all just random spaff commander card ideas? They've pulled a picture of a Spider-Man villain from a hat and glued onto it. The next card is my Patreon. I'm sort of exacerbated by these cards, so I don't feel like I'm going to do very well to plug myself here, but hey, I could really use the support. Come check out my tiers. I've got lots of fun rewards on there, like weekly opinion polls, where I'm almost certainly going to be discussing these cards. Early audio-only versions of these episodes you can listen to as a podcast, a monthly blog keeping you updated on all of my nonsense, and you can even get your name credited on screen at the end of my videos too. YouTube sucks, and I'd love to keep making videos like this, so if you're in a position to be able to, and you'd like to help support a creator like myself to keep making the content that you endure, come check me out. I'm usually less conversational than this. I usually work more from a script, and I'm far more professional most of the time, sort of. This kind of video is something new. I guess let me know what you think. Also, I cannot believe these cards. Doc Ock, Evil Inventor. I do not like that they've called him that. His name is Dr. Octopus. He did not spend 7 years studying medical octopus school for you to be so informal with his name. You put some respect on it. It's one thing to say his nickname, but don't put it on his official card. 5, a blue and a black. The same colours as the tentacles, I believe, so that's good at least. He's a human octopus villain, right? Or a octopus human villain. Human scientist villain? What? What are we doing? Green Goblin... The meme is literally, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself. He says it in both movies he's in. Why? Okay, fine, whatever. Green Goblin's a goblin, but Dr. Octopus... Sorry, Doc Ock is a scientist, right? Jesus, I don't know. Reach and Trample... I already don't like this card. I bet it's an 8/8 though. Mill of some variety, and whenever an opponent mills a card, you get to do something with an artifact. Let's look. At the beginning of... Oh, okay, no keywords then. At the beginning of combat on your turn, right? Target non-creature artifact, okay. You control becomes an 8/8 robot villain? What? Artifact creature in addition to its other types. I mean, okay. But like, this is the same as with Green Goblin. Those characters don't really make goblins and octopuses. Like, Doc Ock could make little octopus robots, certainly. But he's more about the tentacles and stuff. Oh, he is an 8/8 though, of course. 0 out of 10, I kind of hate this. Doc Ock would not beat Avacyn in a fight. I kind of hate all of these. I came in with super low expectations that Spider-Man's world could fit well enough into Magic to actually fill a full set with all the draft archetypes and everything, without having to make something feel like it's bending or breaking to make it work. Or just not have the mechanics represent the characters at all. And yeah, this doesn't work for me. This hasn't even met my low expectations. Okay, here we go. The sensational Spider-Man himself. Should be red-blue. Should 100% be red-blue. Well, he's white because he's the hero? Peter Parker's not a man who embodies order and organisation. He's totally chaotic. He's always late for school or work, and he's a vigilante who assaults bank robbers and then ties them up running away before the cops can arrive because he doesn't trust the authorities. Rightly so. But there's a reason Jameson's always after him. Spider-Man does not represent structure. He doesn't represent law and order. He certainly doesn't represent going wide with lots of little soldier tokens or whatever. He's all about emotion and reaction. Should have been red-blue 100%. He's a human spider hero, right? Or no, I guess he's a human scientist hero because he's as much of a scientist as Doc Ock is. I mean, he makes his own web shooters and stuff. Yeah, okay, makes no sense. We're just doing whatever with these creature types then. Fine. Spiders have reach, so reach. And a new mechanic called web swinging. Have any of these cards had new mechanics yet? Well, it's a new keyword and it taps a target creature and adds a stun counter to them because they're webbed up. Whenever, okay, no reach. Whenever Sensational Spider-Man attacks, tap target creature defending player controls and put a stun counter on it. Hey, I got one. Then you may remove up to 3 stun counters from among all permanents. Okay, because he's like pulling them in or freeing them or something. Draw cards equal to the number of stun counters removed this way. Why? What does that represent? And is that even any good? He himself is only going to be stunning one creature, so I suppose it basically says attack and draw a card? But he's also only a 3/3 with no evasive keywords? And you can bolt Spider-Man, he dies to removal, so like, I don't care. That's a bit crap. It takes 3 of him to kill one Dr. Octopus. But he is also more on theme mechanically, so like 4 out of 10. I don't really get the card draw. I guess you could say he's freeing bad guys to get information from them, but he doesn't do that. He does leave people tied up. And his colours are wrong. Do they not care about this sort of stuff, do you think? Are the people at WotC just kind of doing whatever? I know the design teams are incredibly under-resourced. It's a miracle the sentences in the rules text make sense, I suppose. Oh, okay. Pumpkin bombs. Right, a 1 and a red. Even though it should be an artifact, it's going to be an instant, deal 3 damage to target creature, right? Oh, it is an artifact. Okay. Oh, then tap, deal 3 damage to target creature? It says tap and discard 2 cards. Oh, right, yeah. I think that's what the Green Goblin was doing. Why draw 3 cards? What? Then put a fuse counter on this artifact. Okay, where are we going? Why are we drawing cards from a bomb? It deals damage equal to the number of fuse counters on it. Okay, so like, they're reusable bombs that get bigger? Or it just represents a group of them, so it'll say until you hit like 3 counters or something, I guess, and then you sacrifice it. To target opponent, okay, weird, not a creature. And why did we draw the cards? They gain control of this artifact. But it's a bomb. Why would you throw a bomb at someone if it's just going to let them draw cards? Why would they then be able to pick that bomb up and throw it back at you? This isn't a bomb, this is a beach ball. -5 out of 10? I don't understand this at all. Why would you ever want to do this? It's just going to hit you in the face again, but harder than you threw it. And thematically, why would the Green Goblin throw these at Spider-Man if they're designed specifically for Spider-Man to throw them right back? Oh, and that's the last one, okay. Well, I'm sort of speechless. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Oh no, these sucked. Oh no. I was expecting this video to be more fun than this. Come check me out on Patreon, I guess. I'm genuinely shocked. This is still my first impressions, and these are such a miss in terms of flavour. I didn't have faith Spider-Man could work in magic without it feeling a little more than just surface references, but I didn't expect it to be this off the mark. I mean, it's the meme, right? If any of them were going to be a scientist, it should have been Norman Osborn. Why is the Green Goblin a goblin, Spider-Man a spider, but Dr. Octopus not an octopus? What are we even doing here? Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you to everyone that supports me, like Eggboy the particle that permeates all existence, Wanpaku Jozu, Miss Murder, and the rest of my patrons whose names are on screen now. I'd also like to thank the sponsor for this video, me and my Patreon page, where you can get your name credited on screen too. He's not... what? Villains, really? As a creature type. And hero as a creature type. I don't think the X-Men and the Iron Man cards and the Black Panther cards and Captain America cards, I don't think they had hero. This is bizarre to me. Where was I? Oh, my Patreon. You can get your name credited on screen too. Check it out in the link in the description below. Hit the like button, leave a comment, install an ad block, and more importantly, subscribe and share this video with a friend. Hit the notification bell and do all those things the algorithm loves. If you agree or disagree with any of my points, or if you want to see me do a video on another subject, or another one like this, if they do more spoiler cards, I really thought, I was like, oh, this will be lighthearted and fun. People accuse me of being negative all of the time. Won't it be nice for me to just celebrate Spider-Man, who I like as a character? I can't believe these cards. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Wild.